How's everyone doing today? Shankar P right here. Today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin price and where we headed, up, down, or sideways. Who knows? Please remember, all this information is not financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes only. So without further ado, let's dive right into the charts. Alright guys, so today we're going to zoom out a bit on Bitcoin's price action and just, see where we could be based on a little bit of previous price action. So we can look at the previous price action over here. This was the 2017 bear market, 2018 bear market. So we can see once we broke this trend line here, we had a nice mini bear market in 2019, and then again once we broke this trend line over here in 2020, we had one of the bigger bull markets in Bitcoin's history. So, and right now we can be, it looks like we're forming something similar. We're forming something similar where we have this trend line here. So this is the yellow trend line that I've been in all of the videos. So this yellow trend line is in all the videos that we've been talking about, that once we break this yellow trend line, that we can see higher highs. So so that's what, by looking at this, we can be anticipating. We got a nice rejection, came back down, and then broke above it in 2019. We had in 2020 the same type of trend line, broke, came back above it, and here as well. So the probability of us breaking this trend line, I think, is high. However, we got to keep in mind that in 2020, also even in 2018-19, we did have a nice drop. So either the drop was here, or we can be expecting a severe drop and then recovery shortly after. So we got to see where what's going to happen. Now I also went ahead and drew this. So you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. So this is Elliott wave theory. So if we take it from the bottom of so what I'm taking it from is the bottom of the 2018 bear market. So we could say, so the halving was about here. So the halving was about here. Oops. So the Bitcoin halving was about here. So, we take it from the beginning of, before the previous halving, at the bottom of the last cycle. So I would consider this being the end of the previous 2017-2018 cycle, because it's before the next halving and also at the bottom of that market. So we had a full market cycle where we came from all the way from the bottom all the way up, crashed, and that was one market cycle. So I was doing the Elliott wave theory based on that. So how the Elliott wave theory is, you have the first wave, a correction, the second wave is a correction, the third impulse wave, which is normally the largest wave, and then you have the fifth wave. So going by this theory, still have not seen the fifth wave, so the impulse wave. So if we do have that impulse wave, it could take us anywhere up to so anywhere up into the top of this band. So depending on how far into the future we go, we can go 170k all the way out to 220,000 for the fifth wave. So normally the fifth wave is shorter than the third. So we might top sooner with a more intense wave to the upside, but a shorter length, because how Elliott wave works is wave 3 is normally biggest, and then wave 5 is smaller than the third wave. So just looking at this on a daily time, a weekly time frame, we can see that the trend is still up. If we compare the last times we were in consolidations, I believe we have already had the downswing, and then we're gonna head up and break this trend line. But we could have a rejection again and an upswing, but I do believe we still need to see that fifth wave in this market cycle before we can say it's a true bear market. We haven't had, we've had a bit of media attention, a little bit of, you know, I would say a little bit of euphoria, but we haven't had that big crazy wave up where absolutely everybody's in the market. I remember when I started cryptocurrency, when I don't even know what it was at the time around here, this area here, not all of that. I didn't even put any money in for most of the watching it. I remember like every day it was going up by like $500, $1,000, and people were thinking of selling their house just to put into cryptocurrency, and this is the new thing, this is it. And I haven't seen that with Bitcoin and altcoins as yet. I've seen that, okay, yeah, meme coins, but no one really, people are using that just to make profit. But I haven't seen the masses and total come in and say like, yeah, I need to sell everything and buy Bitcoin and have that like impulsive thought process yet. So I still believe that that's going to come in wave 5, and it's going to be the quickest and most gains in that short period of time. So yeah, so we're still anticipating that. So let's look at our accumulation over here. So like I said, we are still in the accumulation zone at the moment. However, we need to sooner or later break 44K, right? So we do really need to start making our way above this, because if this is a lower high, if this decides to be a lower high and we don't get a bounce above over here, then we could be heading lower, and then that would you know, invalidate our Wyckoff accumulation schematic that we have been following for some time now. So that's something to keep in mind. But as of now, we're currently still trading in this bullish setup. So we're currently still trading in this Wyckoff accumulation. We're still in this bullish pattern here, outlined in orange. So as long as it doesn't break to the downside, we should see an upswing and break to the upside. So we're waiting for that and anticipating that this may happen. So there's a very big importance of this resistance zone right here. And as I have mentioned, and you can definitely see now, if you weren't paying attention before, that this resistance zone is very important. So this is a very important resistance zone. So actually, I'll go to our other chart here that we have, because it has the resistance zones. Try it out a little better. Yeah, so this is our resistance zone here. So you can see it's gone above, came below, gone above, came below. Surprisingly, we've actually, though that it was a lot of resistance, we've cut through this resistance zone pretty quickly. There hasn't been much tension actually, but where we find most of the rejection is off this trend line, off this yellow trend line, which we can see on the BLX that we need to cross above to get our last leg up. So this yellow trend line is the exact same trend line as here in the BLX, right? So you can see it's been getting rejected, and once we cross over and break the trend line, then we'll see our upswing in the price, right? So that's for Bitcoin. What I wanted to look at today, which was I wasn't really watching that much until today, just because I wanted to check on the price. But ETH against Bitcoin is actually looking kind of weak at the moment. It's actually forming a Wyckoff distribution pattern right now. So you can see at the moment, so we have this Wyckoff distribution where we have, it's like a massive head and shoulders and then a break to the downside. Not only that we have this distribution, it's also we had this bull flag and this trend, this bullish pattern here, and it was holding, respecting, and right now we're underneath it and we're getting rejected. So if we get rejected, this is not good for Ethereum, and normally this is not good for altcoins. So we gotta keep this in mind, that if this does break down, Ethereum may not perform well in the last wave 5. However, there's always possibility of it coming back up, right? And then just reversing on us. These patterns are not 100%. Always remember that they're just a guide to stack our probabilities, right? If we are in the last leg of the bull cycle, I do expect Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin, but the way this chart looks versus ETH versus Bitcoin does not look particularly amazing at the moment. So we have a high and a lower high. This is looking like a head and shoulders inside of a distribution, and we are getting rejected off of this bull pattern here. So we got to keep that in mind, that if we do have the last leg, this may flip bullish, but I believe that Ethereum will not be the best performers in the last leg of the bull market. So just keep that in mind as you are trading and allocating your capital. So if we look at the TLT here, the TLT just continues to show weakness. So it has, showing that investors are still looking to go risk on. They're still looking to go risk on. But, so eventually this money will come back into the cryptocurrency market. So this is just to keep in mind. And as well, we have the USDT dominance. Currently it is making higher lows at the moment, but we need to make sure that it maintains underneath this trend line, this resistance zone, because when if this breaks up to the upside, this will be very bad for Bitcoin and the altcoin market. That means money is flowing out of all the altcoins into Bitcoin. Out of all the altcoins into stable coins, and out of Bitcoin into stable coins. If we come down here, we will definitely have a nice rally among us. So let's look at that, and let's look at the total 3. So the total 3 again is still in this bull flag. This is definitely a valid bull flag. However, we need to break above it, or if we come down lower here, that'd be a $550 million market cap for $556 billion market cap for the altcoins, and that will definitely decimate a lot of your profit if you're in profit at alts. And if you've just got it in to altcoins, it will definitely make your altcoins look a little cheaper. So we're looking for a break above. We're looking for a break above here, guys. However, if we break down, we have a support zone. We have a support zone here, which was, a resistance zone in the summer crash. So we could definitely come down all the way here if we're getting rejected, and then make our highs. So just keep that in mind, that if we do see things, we get a black swan event, we could come all the way down here with the altcoins. We'd still be in a bull flag. So I wouldn't recommend selling at that time, but if you have some cash on the side, if we go down to that level in market cap, it would be a great opportunity to buy altcoins. All right, so that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoy and appreciate the content. Right now the market's choppy. A lot of people don't know what's going on, but stay level-headed. And remember that over time, Bitcoin, and if you pick the right altcoins, they do trend up over time. So keep that in mind, and please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And